Well, former President Donald Trump could be indicted once again.
He posted on his social media site that he got a letter that he's the target of a DOJ investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
Fox 5's Morgan McKay joining us live in the newsroom. Morgan, this would be what, the third case that Trump has been criminally charged in?
You're exactly right, Chris and Natasha. An indictment in this case could come soon, in fact. But first, just a short time ago, an important update in the case that is charging former President Donald Trump for allegedly mishandling classified documents. After an about 2-hour hearing, the judge in this case decided to not set a trial date just yet. Prosecutors are pushing for a December trial date, while Trump's attorneys say they have received more than 1 million pages of evidence that they have to sift through. Experts say that a trial in this January 6th probe is much more likely to happen before the election next year if an indictment is handed down in the coming days or weeks.
It's certainly a bad sign for the president right now.
Former President Donald Trump posting to his social media account Truth Social Tuesday morning, seeming to break the news again of a looming indictment, this time in the Justice Department's criminal investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election leading up to the January 6 riots on the U.S. Capitol. According to Trump, his attorneys received the target letter on Sunday, inviting Trump to testify in front of the grand jury in the next 4 days, a sign that he could be indicted in this case. Trump has been indicted twice this year and has so far not exercised his right to speak in front of the grand jury in these two cases, as Scott Tenley, a former federal prosecutor, explains.
It is more of a perfunctory step that's going to precede the indictment, just so that the special counsel is kind of crossing all his T's and dotting all his I's. But we can expect President Trump won't testify before the grand jury, and an indictment is going to come down charging him in some way arising out of January 6th.
The investigation into January 6th and the documents probe is being led by special counsel Jack Smith. According to numerous reports, Smith's team has contacted a former Trump aide and former Arizona Governor Doug Ducey to testify in front of the grand jury later this week in the January 6th case. Trump allegedly tried to pressure Governor Ducey to find fraudulent ballots in order to overturn the election.
This is the one that probably has the most likelihood of getting to trial before the election. And it's the one that he has the most serious consequences if he's convicted.
House GOP leaders held a press conference in response to this looming indictment, calling it again a political attack.
We have yet again another example of Joe Biden's weaponized Department of Justice targeting his top political opponent, Donald Trump.
Now, Trump has been arrested twice this year. Chris?